Have you ever wondered why there is a fierce rivalry between two countries that appear to be worlds apart, and that affects the entire Middle East? Imagine if on one side, there is a nation that rose from the ashes of persecution and is ferociously devoted to preserving its security and identity. Conversely, a revolutionary force propelled by a strong ideology and localized aspirations. What could possibly be the source of Israel and Iran's long-lasting animosity? Come along as we examine the many facets of geopolitics, ideology, and history that have shaped this fascinating conflict. Are these nations destined for permanent hatred? Or is there a ray of hope for reconciliation amidst the upheaval of the region? Let's delve in and unearth the answers together. Israel and Iran have already been fighting a covert war for years, targeting one another's property without taking credit for their actions. Since the Palestinian organization, Hamas launched an offensive on neighboring Israeli villages in October of last year, there has been a significant increase in these attacks in the Gaza conflict. Prior to the Islamic Revolution in Iran in 1979, which installed a government that has made opposing Israel a central tenet of its philosophy, the two nations were allies. Iran wants to destroy Israel and does not acknowledge its right to exist. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the country's top leader, has previously referred to Israel as a cancerous tumor that will undoubtedly be uprooted and destroyed. Iran is seen by Israel as an existential threat because of its rhetoric, its augmentation of proxy forces in the region, such as the Shia militant group Hezbollah in Lebanon, which had sworn to destroy Israel, and its financing and arming of Palestinian organizations, such as Hamas. Additionally, even though Iran disputes attempting to create a nuclear weapon, it is accused of covertly attempting to manufacture nuclear weapons. Why did Israel strike the Syrian consulate of Iran? 13 persons were killed in an airstrike on an Iranian consulate facility in Damascus, the capital of Syria, on April 1. Iran claimed that its sovereignty was being violated. Among the dead was Brig Gen. Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a prominent commander in the Quds Force, the Iranian elite Republican Guard's IRGC abroad wing. He had played a pivotal role in the Iranian plan to supply Hezbollah, the Shia military force in Lebanon. Reuters' aftermath of the attack on the Damascus consulate. Leaders at the top were slain in the attack on the Iranian consulate. The attack on the consulate is part of a pattern of airstrikes targeting Iranian targets that are commonly linked to Israel. In recent months, airstrikes in Syria have claimed the lives of several senior IRGC commanders. The IRGC supplies Hezbollah with weapons and equipment, including highly accurate missiles, via Syria. Israel is attempting to halt these supplies in addition to preventing Iran from escalating its military posture in Syria. What did Iran attack Israel with? Drones and missiles? According to the Israeli military, Iran fired over 300 missiles and drones in the direction of Israel. At least 110 ballistic missiles, 30 cruise missiles, and 170 drones were used in the attack. According to Israel, around 99% of the incoming bombardment was intercepted either over Israel or outside its borders. Ballistic missiles were intercepted by Israel's three-tier umbrella of missile defense systems, while drones and cruise missiles were intercepted by the US, UK, France, and Jordan, among other nations. However, according to two US sources speaking to CBS News, 5 ballistic missiles managed to get past air defenses and land on Israeli territory. 4 landed at what the officials said was Iran's main target, the Nevatim Air Base in the Negev Desert of southern Israel, home to the nation's F-35 fighter fighters. According to the Israeli military, the base was only lightly hit. Damaged area of Nevatim Air Base, as depicted in the Israeli military handout photo provided to Reuters. An image published by Israel's military shows a damaged section of the Nevatim Air Base. Iran did telegraph these attacks in advance, which made them easier to deter, stated Tom Fletcher, a former UK ambassador to Lebanon and foreign policy advisor to many UK prime ministers. The strikes were definitely calibrated, directed toward military installations, with the aim of not inflicting too much damage or hurting anybody, stated Sanam Vakil of the Chatham House think tank. What is Iran's Isfahan, and why is Israel attacking it? U.S. officials have verified to CBS News, a partner of the BBC, that an Israeli strike on Iran in the early hours of Friday was carried out. The kind of weaponry and the location of their launch are unknown. Iran claimed that tiny drones were used in the strike, but U.S. officials claimed that a missile was used. According to Iran's Fars news agency, Air defense systems were triggered after explosions were reported close to an army base. A representative for Iran's National Center of Cyberspace, Hossein Delirian, stated that no air attack from outside borders had occurred. He stated that Israel had only made a failed and humiliating attempt to fly quadcopters drones, and the quadcopters had also been shot down. The province of Isfahan is a sizable region in central Iran that has the name of its biggest metropolis. Significant Iranian military infrastructure, such as a sizable airbase, a sizable missile production complex, and multiple nuclear sites are located in the area. What are the military prowess of Iran and Israel? Iran is geographically far larger than Israel and has a population of around 90 million, which is almost 10 times that of Israel. Nevertheless, this does not translate into a stronger military. Iran has made significant investments in drones and missiles. In addition to having a huge arsenal of its own, it has been providing a sizable portion to its proxies, Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen. What it lacks are fighter jets and contemporary air defense systems. It is claimed that in exchange for Tehran's military assistance to Moscow in its war on Ukraine, Russia is working with Iran to upgrade those, notably by supplying Su-35 fighter jets. Israel, on the other hand, possesses one of the world's most sophisticated air forces. Israel possesses at least 14 squadrons of aircraft, including F-15s, F-16s, and the newest F-35 stealth jet, according to the ISS Military Balance Assessment. Israel has also carried out strikes deep within enemy territory. The shortest path is roughly 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles between Iran and Israel. Are Israel and Iran nuclear powers? Though it maintains an official policy of purposeful ambiguity, it is assumed that Israel possesses nuclear weapons of its own. Iran maintains that it does not possess nuclear weapons, and that it is not trying to acquire nuclear weapons through its civilian nuclear program. At Iran's subterranean Fordo site, uranium particles with an enrichment of 83.7% purity, or extremely near weapons grade, were discovered by the International Nuclear Watchdog last year. Unintended fluctuations in enrichment levels might have happened, according to Iran. Iran has been violating a 2015 nuclear agreement with international powers by openly enriching uranium to 60% purity for more than 2 years. Nevertheless, since U.S. President Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew and reimposed severe sanctions on Iran in 2018, that agreement has been on the verge of failure. Israel had first opposed the nuclear agreement. Who are the allies of Iran? Iran claims that its network of supporters and proxy forces throughout the Middle East constitutes an axis of resistance that opposes Israeli and American interests in the area. It helps them in many ways. Syria is the most significant ally of Iran. Iran and Russia supported Bashar al-Assad's administration in Syria through the civil war that lasted 10 years. Russia and Iran's connection is also become more important. The Russian Foreign Ministry announced in December that the nations will expedite their efforts on a major new interstate agreement. Russia has received Shahid assault drones from Iran. Iran reportedly supplied ballistic missiles as well, according to sources cited by Reuters in February. Iran refuted the findings. Iran claims that Russia intends to provide access to more sophisticated planes. A map displaying the areas of Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, the Palestinian territories, Bahrain, and Yemen, where militant organizations sympathetic to Iran are active. Iran's most potent ally among the armed factions in Lebanon is Hezbollah. Since the war broke out between Israel and Hamas, it has been exchanging cross-border fire with Israel virtually every day. On both sides of the border, tens of thousands of citizens have been compelled to evacuate their homes. Iran supports a number of Shia militias in Iraq that have used rocket fire to assault U.S. sites in Jordan, Syria, and Iraq. Following the deaths of 3 U.S. servicemen at a military base in Jordan, the U.S. reacted. Iran backs the Houthi movement in Yemen, which is in charge of the majority of the nation's territory. Along with striking commercial shipping close to Israel's borders, the Houthis have launched missiles and drones against the country, sinking at least 1 ship in the process. In retaliation, the US and UK have attacked Houthi targets. Along with arms and training, Iran also supports Palestinian armed groups such as Hamas, which launched an attack on Israel on October 7 of last year. Iran, however, disputes any involvement in the actual attack of October 7. Subscribe now to stay informed and explore the intricate dynamics of global geopolitics as we delve deeper into the ongoing rivalry between Israel and Iran. Don't miss out on our latest insights, analysis, and exclusive content.